Hello everyone, it's Thirsty Thursday. What's up? How you doing? How's everybody doing? Unfortunately, you know, um tonight is like, well, okay, not unfortunately. I'm able to be on tonight for arting, We're, as you guys can see, we're continuing our arting of this artwork of Nerissa from Hello Life. We're just trying to like figure out all the details first here, right? Like, just like get all the forms and the shapes done and stuff like that, and then just like kind of do the line art, and then we'll worry about the costume and the actual details on the costumes afterwards. So I think we're making good progress on this one, even though it's a little bit slow, like admittedly it's a little bit slow, but hey, it's okay. The next thing that we need to do though here is this horn. Let's try to get this horn done. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you're all doing good, tonight. Um, I thought the power returned, but it didn't. Oh no, Mooney, no. The darkness is still with you. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Well, like if again, like I said, if it still remains the dark times, like you know what to do. You know what to do. Just yeah, I know it kind of sucks, right? Like, especially like when you think about how like interconnected everything is these days and stuff like that in terms of energy and stuff like that and power, like use and stuff like that, right? Like, it's hard when a situation like this happens, right? Like of all the things too, like for them to kind of turn off the power, I guess. Like I guess they warned everyone, but did they really? You know what I mean? Like, did they really? But like as long as you and our son is okay, it's all good. It's all good, like. But maybe you should go get some dinner or something, get something tasty in the meantime. But yeah, I'm definitely coming down with something. I feel like I was I'm not coughing up a storm or anything like that, but I am definitely feeling it like at the back of my throat. So you guys will have to excuse me if I'm like clearing my throat like every like 15 minutes or so. I can't actually see what the design of the horn is beyond this because there's like actually a huge part that's covered over here. And and it's covered by like a big flower type object over here. So we're probably gonna have to draw that in now. But yeah, hopefully for you guys the music is running, the audio is fine. You guys aren't listening to anything copyrighted. Oh no. Yeah, I always have to be aware of what's going on with the audio these days. Because again, once again, like I am not able to actually run with the playlist like in the nether times. Um, one day power will come back. One day, you know, you hope for sooner rather than later. I'm surprised they didn't give everybody more of a heads up that something like this was gonna happen, by the way. Like, usually they would, like, email everyone, I guess, or post a message that's, like, more than just, like, a notification on, like, you know, in a single area, right? Like, they would, like, make sure that everybody knows and stuff like that. I mean, luckily for me, well, you know, like, obviously this is not the ideal situation, right? But luckily for me, I'm not over there right now. Because then, like, all day, it wouldn't have stopped me from going to work or anything like that, right? Like, for sure. Like, I have backups in terms of internet connection and all that other stuff, but it's just like, damn, like, that really would have been something good to know beforehand. But yeah, like, for this stream, I might not be able to talk as much because, like, I think you guys can hear I'm clearing my throat like once every like few minutes and stuff like that, right? So, like, I could be in a position where, like, if I don't talk as much, maybe I won't cough as much. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, it's been okay so far, so I'll see how it goes. I'll see how it goes. Yeah, she's got like a few of these, by the way, like up here. It's not even just that one, right? Like, so this is let me just fill in some of the gaps here. Oops. Okay, and then she has like another little one over closer to her. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just trying to see if I did this right. Okay, this section over here is actually much more further out. So let me. Okay, that section's more out further. You've got such an intricate horn. Why? Hmm. Yeah, just drawing these things is gonna be kind of messy. Um, it's okay. Just gonna try to get through this as fast as I can. Yeah, she's got a heck of a lot of this stuff up here, so, you know. I think actually this one that I drew over here is much more, further back here, but, um, maybe I drew it a little bit too close to here, so let me just move one over. We'll just, we'll count it as artistic license. Because there's some things you can get away with just kind of BSing on some of these fan arts and stuff like that. Like, some things you can't though. Like if it's like a core element of her design and identity, right? Like if I took away the horns from her completely, then would it really be Nerissa at that point, right? So it's like, you know, there are some things you can get away with, but other things that you cannot do without when you draw certain characters. Okay, and then she's got like a sort of design up this way. And then I guess this design is like kind of strange in that it's like, huh. Okay, okay. Let me see if I could figure this out before I go in and just start deleting stuff. Okay, so it's like that. It's got like a cross like that, right? And then, like, here's the thing. It's not really that... Originally, I was gonna just kind of draw these lines that separated like this, but it's not like that. It's not like that at all, actually. It's like... It's more like this, right? And then it's like... So it's like these circles that are punched out of this white thing, and then it goes up and down across the cross itself. At least that's what it looks like to me. I'm not entirely sure if this is really what's going on here. But it's all in your detail. Yeah, you know, it's like... So it doesn't look quite right yet until I erase certain parts of these circles, right? So it's like, yeah, and again, this is like, it's like, it has like this more cut out feeling with this stuff here, like this, right? Like, it's kind of like that more than it just being separated, right? So I got to do that for the middle and the top. Down. And I'm not 100% sure that this is what's going on here. It's just when I look at the reference for her costume and the reference file, like, it's not at the highest resolution it could possibly be, right? Like, it's not. I'm zoomed in pretty close to the image, so I'm just kind of making out certain details. But it's still very pixelated, so it's like hard for me to see what's going on. So this is what I'm interpreting it to look like. Really, it's not. So it could be completely wrong for all I know. And then one down here. Okay. And then, like, there's like a design over here. What was it? Like, oh yeah. This reminds me of something. So as I'm drawing these details, right? And I'm pretty sure that's not what's happening here in any way, right? But a lot of times as like an artist of some sort, right? Like you're drawing art of something that you like fan art. Like in this case, right? Sometimes people put certain like designs and symbols into their character designs, right? I just saw like a video, like, because I watched that horror movie Hereditary the other day, and I watched like a video about how they made the movie and stuff like that, and how the director Ari, I think that was his name, Ari, like he was saying something that made me laugh, because it was like, oh man, because okay, in the movie there's a lot of symbols that they're just kind of round in the movie that point to something a little bit more pagan or satanic in nature and stuff like that, right? So like as a fan artist, you kind of also draw a lot of these like symbols and things like that, right? In other people's designs, right? Like so what the director actually ended up doing in that movie was they altered those symbols just a little bit, and they also altered certain things that the characters were saying in the film to change some stuff around, right? Because they were trying to go for authenticity, but not to the point where they accidentally actually summoned the demon. Like it was kind of funny how they explained it. It was like yeah, we had to like they were like saying like how they changed one of the symbols that appears in the movie quite a bit, right? Like they added like they subtracted certain things like design elements out of it, right? So that it wasn't the exact symbol and stuff like that, right? So I'm like looking at this and I'm like drawing like all these like things, and I'm just like, oh yeah, like Nerissa's a demon, isn't she? I wonder, like, I wouldn't, like, want to accidentally summon something by drawing it into this picture by accident, because, like, and this is something that Mooney knows about me, too. It's that I'm a little bit more superstitious, for certain than she is, for sure, right? So, like, I'm easily, like, impressionable in terms of, things like this, and stuff like that, so I'm like, I'm drawing this symbol or these things. I'm pretty sure that it's nothing, but like I wouldn't want to accidentally like summon the song demon from drawing this, right? Like with the Spider-Man legs over here. You won't believe that we have a ghost. No, Mooney, we do not have a ghost. Our place is not haunted. It's too new for that. There is no haunting in our home. Please, Mooney, no. No, Mooney, why? I refuse to believe our place is haunted. I refuse to believe it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't have the history that an actual haunted place has, okay? I'm telling myself this to convince myself that our place is not haunted right now. No, it's not. It's not haunted. Not haunted. Clearly not haunted. It was kind of weird that my keyboard spelled word. No, it wasn't. That was just a coinky-dink. It was a coincidence. Nothing more. Nothing more than coincidence. No. This is what Mooney does to me, people. This is what Mooney always does to me. And I just remembered that these are not completely filled in either, so I gotta at least erase the interior. No, our place is not haunted. Not haunted. Do you want to talk about Inside Job? Oh yeah, that's right. I've been actually watching this Netflix cartoon series that Mooney introduced me to called Inside Job, and it's like this comedy series that's like about like government agents like of who work for the deep state, the deeper deep state, right? And they basically go around and do all the things to like keep conspiracies and things like that in check in the government, in the country and stuff like that. And they go around and just to keep everybody who's in control and in power, right, and stuff like that. And they've got a lot of characters who represent uh different like types, like archetypes that would be involved in something like this and stuff like that. And the main character is like a scientist. She's actually like kind of a mad scientist. Actually, it was like really funny. And you know um but the one thing that I found that was really funny about the series was the fact that they go over a lot of the cryptid stuff that I like to look up. Like Mothman's actually a recurring character in the series and stuff like that, and that's like hilarious. And then they also got like uh I'm surprised that they didn't have like a Bigfoot analog, or maybe I missed him. Maybe I actually missed him. Because like that one would have been like an easy win right there, like having a Bigfoot analog of some sort. Maybe that's probably why they didn't. And he works in HR, right? Right. But yeah, the show is like a comedy if you guys like that sort of thing and stuff like that. It I think though we did get up to a part like where they left it in sort of a cliffhanger type of thing for the possibility of having a new season. And like I guess it's not gonna have that new season, I guess, right? So there's two seasons of it and stuff like that, so like you can get like pretty much a complete story, except for the cliffhanger that's kind of left unresolved at the end of the second season. But it's not like a major thing. Again, you can probably watch it pretty safely without expecting a new season to pop up to finish that story, unfortunately. um I was kind of hoping that it would have it, though. I was kind of hoping. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good watch, and it reminds me of like some of the stuff that like some people like the art style, from the art style, right? Like it reminds me of the kind of stuff that people have been watching as of late, like Rick and Morty and things like that, right? Though the show itself is not really like similar, I guess, in a lot of ways. It's just like the style of the humor, and like the way it's drawn and stuff like that. They canceled it in January 2023. I googled it. Yeah, so it looks like, unless it has like a sudden like cult following where it'll like it has like a lot of people that really want it to come back, it's probably not coming back at that point. That's unfortunate, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And actually, I was telling Mooney too, like a lot of the stuff that I really liked about the show, right, was like some of the stuff that was in there reminded me of some of the other movies and things like that I was watching. Like specifically, like if you guys watch horror movies and stuff like that, there's a horror movie out there called Cabin in the Woods that I think a lot of people would really like if they've never seen it before. It sounds so like, plain Cabin in the Woods, right? Like but it's kind of like a horror movie. Like I'm not gonna spoil too much about it because it might still be something that people would like to watch, but it's about four teenagers who go on a road trip into the woods and stuff like that. They rented out a cabin, and like some weird stuff starts happening to them and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a comedy slash horror movie in that regard. And I believe like Chris Hemsworth was in it. It was one of like the first like things that like I ever saw Chris Hemsworth in before he was Thor and stuff like that. And like it has a lot of references to a lot of cryptid stuff that um like people like tend to enjoy. If you guys are into like the search for Bigfoot, if it's the Mothman real, the Loch Ness monster, all that other stuff, Chupacabra and stuff like that, you would definitely be into this movie. Apparently, this was all one season, but broken up into two parts. From what I read, Netflix originally greenlit as season 2, then canceled it for whatever reason. People are hoping either adult Swim, Cartoon Network might pick it up, but like, yeah, it would seem like something that they would definitely like go for, right? Like, it would be kind of cool if they did pick it up, you know? As long as is Adult Swim still around? Actually, like, actually, that's a good question for for chat. Like, is the Adult Swim actually still around? I have not watched anything on Adult Swim in like a gazillion years now at this point. I think the last thing that I like really liked when that was on Adult Swim, like, do you guys remember like what was it? It was sometime in the mid like 2000s or something like that, right? Like 2014 or something like that. I said the mid 2000s. It's like 2014 or so, right? Like Adult Swim started having like these really weird shows if you stayed up super late at night and you were just happened to be watching Adult Swim into the hours of the night where public access television starts playing and stuff like that. There was some really weird shit on Adult Swim. There was some really freaking weird shit on there. And there's a lot of that stuff that I remember that is, even to this day, that was on Adult Swim that like would freak the heck out of anybody if you've ever seen it. Like Futurama, yeah, you know, like sometimes like things have cult followings like that where they come back and stuff like that. Like you said, Futurama, right? Like that one was really popular, and people kept asking for it to come back. Even though I felt like there was one season of Futurama where they kind of ended it off like really well, and then they brought it back again, and I was like, but the ending was kind of nice already, like, you know. One of the episode had something to do with again, I don't want to spoil too much for anybody who's still watching or whatever, but like Fry and Leela kind of like live like in entire lifetime together and stuff like that. I felt like that was like the perfect end and stuff like that. And like the more times they bring it back, the more it's like, ah, come on, let's like you guys already had like a good ending. Like, what's going on? Why do you keep bringing it back? But yeah, those public access television spots that Adult Swim had in that time, oh man, they are freaking haunting. I swear, they scare the crap out of people. It's like horror movies, but not like, you know, in the original like way of doing a horror movie and stuff like that. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure there's some of you guys in here that remember stuff like, what was it called, um Too Many Cooks, things like that, or like the drug commercials that they used to have. Like they were filmed like they were like the kind of medication commercials and stuff like that, like they like the type that you would see these days, like the freaking Ozempic commercial, right? That has like the freaking like theme song and stuff like that. So they would like film stuff like that, right? But then like the longer you would watch it, the more like something goes wrong with it and stuff like that, and it gets really unsettling and stuff like that. And there was another one that was like an infomercial, right? And actually the guy that was in, I think he was in either, what was that show called, like Fresh Off the Boat? Like, he kind of appeared in one of those. I think this was before he started doing a lot of acting stuff, and he also appears as that agent in the Marvel stuff, right? Like in the Ant-Man movie and stuff like that, right? Like he was in this infomercial where they were trying to sell like a broom that could do anything and stuff like that. And the whole infomercial was about like if for some reason it just turned into this really dark thing of like the guy, the host, that of the infomercial needed to sell a certain amount of brooms to bring his like daughter back to life or something like that. It was like really crazy, like the kind of stuff that was on Adult Swim at those hours of night was like really crazy. And if you happen to be awake for that stuff, you would be like, damn, what is going on? Holy heck, you know? That's what I remember Adult Swim for most for. It's not like, because I know a lot of people watched Adult Swim for like a lot of the classic cartoons back in the day, right? When they were like largely on. They would watch it for like some of the older cartoons like Thundercats and anime stuff, right? Like Gundam Wing and things like that, right? Like most of you guys probably watched it for that. I didn't actually have like cable like growing up or anything like that, right? So I wasn't really able to catch a whole lot of that stuff. But then like, you know, like the next day I would be on like YouTube or something and somebody would post like, did you guys see this on Cartoon Network last night? What was this? And like they would post these videos and like I would just like watch them and I'm like, what the hell? Like what is going on here? I swear, like some of them were so creepy. And it you know, like it has to do with the nature of like public access television, right? Like you could technically get away with putting stuff on at the hours of night where nobody is actually awake and stuff like that. Like, you're not expecting that anybody will actually even see it and stuff like that. So, a lot of the rules in those hours are very lax in terms of what you could put on there. Actually, one of my friends was asking me because like the other day I was thinking about it too, right? Like, and they were wondering how I remember like those, and I was like, they freaked me out so much in those days that like how could you not remember some of that stuff? Like actually, even recently, I think I found the YouTube channel of the girl. Not, I shouldn't say the girl. The lady who was she was in one of the videos, the video for Too Many Cooks and stuff like that, and she has like a YouTube video where I mean not a YouTube video but rather a YouTube channel where she reviews horror movie stuff and junk like that, and she actually had like a video that was like a, oh, this is like the 10th year anniversary of that video and I wanted to talk about it and stuff like that, and it was like, damn. And it's like finding out some of the stuff from behind the scene is kind of hilarious. Like none of the people that appeared in that video even knew that they were like what the actual video was about. They just knew kind of what it was sort of about, but they didn't really like understand it or really know what they were going for in that video and stuff like that. That's kind of just how all those were just like, you know, even when you watch it fully completed in its full form, you just gotta kind of be like, what is going on? But there's also a part of me that kind of misses that era of like experimentation. I guess that stuff kind of went onto YouTube itself, right? Like I guess some of those weird videos and stuff like that, like the dark side of the internet type of thing, right? Like those videos kind of evolved into the type of thing that's like YouTube is kind of known for these days. At least that's what I think so. Like, you know, like some of those really weird and creepy videos like that you could find on YouTube, like they have a very similar feel to them to some of those Cartoon Network overnight style like freaking weirdo videos that they used to have. Oh, I think I gotta move that over a bit. Oh shoot, I still gotta do my dailies for Nikkei. I just realized what time it is, and I didn't get to do them today because I was out and about. Okay, now the other side. Oh. Oh, that's what those are. Holy crap. I'm like looking at the designs on her horns and I'm like, what is that? What? Those are musical notation. That's what the oh, okay. Those are musical notes and notation. That I should have realized that. Oh my god, I really should have been realized that sooner, a lot sooner. You can announce that you found long lost Cappy grandparents. I mean, kinda, right? Like that was a trek and a half. I gotta say that was a trek and a half. The fact that you know, like the fact that we finally found them is kind of an amazing thing. I mean, technically, it's not like they were actually lost or anything like that. It's just, you know. Like, what was it? Like, so, you know, like, my Cappy grandpa and Cappy grandma, were quote-unquote lost in a lot of senses. And, like, I don't want to get into it too much because it's, like, it's such a long story. But, basically what happened is, we have, like, a place, picked out, to put their, remains, let's just say, right? And, you know, we kind of went, me and Mooney kind of went to search, like to go pay visit before, and they are not where they were supposed to be. And we looked into the directory at the place. They have like a digital directory of who's where and what and stuff like that. And we typed in the names of my Cappy grandparents, right? And yeah, they were supposed to be there, but they are not, and stuff like that. And so, and this was like from a long time ago. It's not like it was a recent thing. It was like Cappy uncle was in charge of putting together all of this, as Cappy uncle is the person that is like next of kin in that regard, right? So they had the responsibility of doing said thing, right? So it's not that Cappy uncle did a bad job or anything like that. He was actually like on top of it and whatnot, right? Until the day that they decided to take my Cappy grandpappy's remains up to their final space, right? And well, apparently the workers who did it without, not with any of the family in tow. And granted, I'm gonna preface this by saying that this was well in the time of the COVID, right? Like this is like in that era. So like, you know, people were not around, okay? Like people were just like, especially in Cappy Town, you know, like Cappy Town was kind of a COVID like we got hit hard in those times. So there was not a whole lot of people going outside and doing things outside, let's just say, right? So, you know, whenever things were happening, it's like, well, they're gonna do this because they can't have too many people present and, you know, and stuff, right? Well, the workers who were there put grandpappies in the wrong place. And on top of putting them in the wrong place, they didn't notify anybody of where they put them. We just all assumed that they put them in the right place, right? So when next time we were visiting for other reasons, um, they were not where they were supposed to be. The spot was empty, and I was just kind of like, wait, what? I was like, wait a minute, wait, what? Where are they? And stuff. And I called Uncle, Cappy Uncle, and Cappy Uncle didn't know where they were because Cappy Uncle wasn't there either. And I was just like, did the workers here lose Grandpappy? Like, what happened? So, yeah, that was interesting. So, like, over the course of time, I just kind of lost contact a little bit, um, with my uncle and stuff like that, like, for various reasons, right? It was just like everybody was just too busy to be in constant connection with each other and stuff like that at the time. So it was just kind of like, um, okay, like, that's great. Every single time I went back to visit for other reasons, I looked in the spot and was like, it's empty. It's still empty. So for the longest time, it was almost like Grandpappy and Grandcappies were both missing. We didn't know where they were, and like, you know, the what is it? The what is it called? The I'll just call it the cemetery association, I guess, right? Was just kind of like, well, we can only give out this information and you can only work on it if you are the ones designated as next of kin, of which we were not, because of just the way it was. Behind the scenes, it seemed that Uncle Cappy was actually working on the problem. It's just that Uncle Cappy was super busy. It's like, did they kidnap my grandcappies? You know? But, you know, Uncle Cappy was super busy. He has one of those jobs that's like, you know how, like, there's like, the FAA workers, they're like they're very in demand and also very, very important for keeping air traffic control going. Uncle Cappy is not one of those, but basically like that, but for more local transportation, let's just say, right? And yeah, it was just like, okay, so what the heck do we do? Like, we can't do anything about it from our end, but we know that like Uncle Cappy is probably dealing with it. Anyway, fast forward to a couple of years later and stuff, and we still have not yet found out what was going on with this. And then I finally reconnected with my uncle, like, after like an extended period of not talking to them for the longest time, because luckily, you know, this was around the time that me and Mooney were announcing our engagement and stuff like that, right? So, you know, like, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I need to find family and, like, you know, like, let everybody know and stuff like that. So it was like, you know, long story short, we finally got reconnected in that way. But like, so I was asking about the Grandcappies, and as it turns out, Uncle Cappy had actually in fact found them. He had found them a while ago, and he was trying to tell me where they were, but he couldn't remember the exact location. What it was that Uncle Cappy is very bad at the directions. Uncle Cappy does not visually, like, I'm the type of traveler that visually remembers how to go places, and by like, okay, so if I've gone here before and I see this building and I see this tree and stuff like that, right? Then that's how I remember where stuff is. I'm like more visual of a navigator than I am of anything else. I don't know if you guys have that sort of thing, right? But like, I remember how to get home and back Um, actually, I remember how to get from Mooney's parents' place to home based on the geography of where I'm driving and stuff like that. Like I will remember the turns based on, okay, there's a sign over here, there's this house over here, and there's this thing over here. So that's kind of how I navigate, right? So I'll remember things. Well, Uncle Cappy is like not like that. He doesn't remember landmarks and things like that. So he just had no idea how to explain to me where they were. He actually thought they were in a different building altogether and stuff like that, which it turns out they weren't. In fact, so I had to meet up with Uncle Cappy anyway because my cousin Cappy actually had some stuff to give me and Mooney, and it was really cool. I got the stuff, Mooney. I got the stuff. To let you guys know, I actually asked cousin Cappy to help us purchase certain goods from a certain convention. Because anime Cappy was Cappy Town was on while me and Mooney were getting married, and we couldn't attend. So I asked if Cappy cousin could help purchase certain goods for Nikkei for us because we just really wanted them. As you guys know, Nikkei is the game that brought us together. So like, we just kind of had to have it, right? So anyway, I was going to pick that up, and then Uncle Cappy was like, you know what? Let's go, and I'll show you where they are and stuff like that. But what was funny, it was like I was like, okay, let's go, right? We got to the place, and then as it turns out, Uncle Cappy did remember where they were, but not really. That was like again, he doesn't visually remember landmarks and stuff as well. So I actually navigated most of the way there, and then when we got close enough, he's like, "Does this look familiar? Does this look familiar?" I think it was over here, and we still had to search for it and stuff like that, right? But eventually, we ended up finding Grand Cappies, and as it turns out, Grand Cappies were not very far away from where we originally were. Grand Cappies were one floor down from where I usually visit. So they were there the entire time. The mystery of the missing Grand Cappies has been found. They were right there. And we're trying to make arrangements so that we could get them moved to a better location, because that was not the location that we originally had planned for them. But I'm just very happy that they are found. It puts me at so much more ease to know that where they are. I mean, it was just kind of silly that something like this could happen, that they put them in a completely wrong area, and then we just couldn't find them. But yeah, like we're gonna try to have them moved so that they will be in an area that's closer to the rest of the family and stuff like that, and it'll be good. But I'm very glad that we found them. Yeah, so now that I know what these actually are, I can actually draw them a little bit better. So as it turns out, the designs that are in her hair are actually musical notation. Like, this is a treble clef, right? Like, so like now that I know what it is, I'm like, oh, that's what that was. Like, I didn't realize it from looking at the actual the actual what is it called, the reference, right? I didn't realize it until like literally just now what I was looking at, and I'm just like, oh, so now that I know what it is, it makes drawing them a little bit easier for me, because at least I know what I know the general shape that I'm trying to do now. And yeah, I did learn how to read sheet music when I was younger, trying to play. I was trying to learn how to play the piano. It didn't really happen. I was not the Cappy that was good enough to play the piano, as most capybaras know. You know, they send their kids to do various things. And one of them is to try to learn to play the piano, and I did not accomplish that feat. Playing the piano required a skill that I did not have. I may not have given this enough room to exist. Let's just say. Yeah, the line art for this might take up much more time than I would imagine, because like the more intricately detailed the character is, the more time it takes me to actually do and finish the line art for them. Which is okay, you know, like I'm not racing against anybody but myself. Um, But it also kind of means that, like, you know, I gotta do things for myself outside of stream to, like, you know, draw a little bit more outside of stream so that I could do certain complete certain things, like, you know, when I come onto stream and stuff like that, right? And this is like one of the things that I need to do. Like, I might have to do more of this off stream so that, you know, like, I could finish this in a good amount of time. Okay, okay. I think I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel for this one. With this horn anyway. Oops, I think I erased something just now that I shouldn't have. And again, this is not like 100% the way that it's drawn on the reference, right? Like there's parts of this that definitely do not look the way that it is, but like you kind of have to give yourself a little room for interpretation, especially when the reference is not the clearest thing in the world, right? Like there's certain parts of this that I can't even see, so I'm trying to give myself a little bit of room to make mistakes here and stuff like that. And certain things won't line up the way that it's supposed to, but that's okay. Okay, that looks messy as all hell, but when I clean it up, it should be okay. It should be okay. Oh, power's finally back. Oh, awesome. Okay, I was hoping that the power would come back like at some point. Like, damn, they can't just leave people in the dark like all day like that. All right, you know. Yeah, I kind of left the bottom of this undesigned and undrawn because it's like I kind of knew that this flower thing over here was just gonna cover up most of it, so like I didn't want to spend the time to go into detail with that part and then just like end up erasing like most of it, right? Like Okay, let me save this. Let me also save a duplicate. Cause I've learned, guys. I used to not save the duplicate, but then I ended up doing like my computer froze one day and I lost the file and the progress that I made in that file, and I was like, no more. I need to save a duplicate every single time. I didn't think that that would ever happen because usually like Clip Studio is really good about retrieving like a version of the art that you created and stuff like that, and you know like it doesn't usually have a situation where you can just kind of lose everything because of a file corruption. But yeah, that time though, that was different. I freaking lost at least the progress that I made. Now I had to check though, like I had to check one of the folders and find it. And it was luckily there. It was very luckily there. So, you know, always save an extra copy. Don't leave it to luck. Yeah, I'm trying to do like a thing where you see some of the hair in front of her arm so that, you know, um so, you know, just to add a little bit of depth to some of these elements here, right? Like so it's not just all like behind her and stuff like that. Like certain parts will overlap other parts to give it, you know, like some kind of depth. Though a lot of that is also going to be from the coloring. Like it has to be done through the coloring itself. Like now let's see, the arm bends from there like so it's gonna be like from the wrist and then up. Her fingers are gonna be up towards her ear and stuff like that. Her ear there is actually mostly covered by all the hair there though, like the way that it's kind of leaning back that way. But at the very least, we have one arm out, so. So I could do the thing where I leave the arm behind her, right? Like I can actually do that, but I kind of want a part of it holding up something over here, so like I just changed the angle that I'm drawing it from just slightly though, like so that it's not like. Okay, let me do like a test because this is actually completely different than the way that I was drawing it from the sketch originally. So let me just okay. so if the thumb is over here, so I originally was thinking of her having something in her hands there, right? Like maybe she was holding up like a glass or something like that, right? Like, well, actually, then that would mean that this would have to flip. This would all actually have to flip because if she's holding up a glass, then actually it's going the other way. And then her thumb would be up there, and then it would be in her palm, and then kind of going outside of the. Sorry, it looks crazy. I know. It's just, I had to get an idea of it, right? So originally I was thinking that she would be able to do something like that, but then it's like, why is she holding that? What is she drinking there that she would have, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, so that's why I'm like still kind of thinking about what the hand there should be doing. Hmm. Okay, so split the thing there. Wrist. And then this arm would be going up this way, and then you probably see like her fingers, some of them coming out over here on the side. She's doing the maybe she's doing that. Yeah, I gotta think about that. Like, I didn't think 100% of where what I want her hands to be actually doing. The sketch is way too big. Jeez, she's got like Bigfoot hand, gigantic freaking hand. I don't want her to break her wrist either, so. Yeah, this was also what I was talking about, like, a while back, where, like, I need to develop my sketches more before I go into the line art, because I get myself into situations like this where I'm not entirely sure what I really want to do. with the hand over there and stuff like that, right? And like, then I'm also scrambling to try to do the design for the clothing that she's wearing, right? Like obviously there's nothing on the design there yet, though I do have an idea for what I want to do with that. So luckily I still have that, but I can't really add any of those elements until I get into start to color it, because it just doesn't make sense to try to line art that stuff, because then you're gonna spend like way too much time trying to do the line art for that stuff, right? So, well, let's see. We can at least do this. Does she have fingernails? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, zoom in on this. Zoom in. And of course she's wearing black gloves, so actually I can't really tell if she does have fingernails or not. But I guess it doesn't matter if she has it or not, because what stops her from just putting some on when her gloves are off, right? So, okay. Like, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Oops. So there's parts of her fingers going through her hair over here and stuff like that, and like some of her hair is actually going between each finger and stuff like that. So you're only seeing like a some hint of her fingers coming out from this side and stuff like that, and then the rest is kind of covered by the long hair that's going to be over here and stuff like that. So Oh, actually, her wings are actually a part of her suit. They're not actually like I don't think they're actually a part of her. Or yeah, because there's actually some of the on the reference like there's a picture here of her with a layer of her overcoat off, and the wings are actually a part of that. So there's only one wing that's actually a part of her that's on her hip, but that's also I think a part of her shirt, and it's not actually a wing. So that's kind of interesting to see. And then like I was thinking about like having like layers of like bedding and things like that, right? Like pillows and different different parts of the covers and stuff like that, like just kind of wrinkling down here and stuff. It has been a minute since I've actually drawn my backgrounds like in, because I usually do backgrounds as color, like completely as a colored thing. Like I haven't really drawn backgrounds as their own line art and things like that in quite a while actually. I probably should get back into the habit of actually defining the background using certain lines though, because like again, it's all about having something exist and then making it look good as opposed to just having something exist as like a nebulous like blob or something like that of color and then trying to make something out of it and then it like not really doing the thing that you want it to do. So I'm just kind of drawing these lines in to just like denote some of that, right? Like some of the swirls that'll happen as she's lying on top of like um a sheet that's over the bed or something like that, right? And then her hair is gonna similarly swirl around this area over here and stuff like that, right? So it's got to have a similar direction, I guess. Even though it's not really a part of the um the bedding. Oops. Decided to order a boy-goer. A boy-goer. Sound alert. Okay. Hello. I hear nothing. Can you guys hear Mooney? I cannot hear Mooney. Wait, I
Hello?
heard something for a second there.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Are you?
sorry, like I thought I plugged it in and unplugged it, but it didn't work, so
Oh, it's okay. You ordered the burger?
I ordered a burger.
A burger?
My
Oh,
burger.
I want a burger, but no, I had a salad.
You had a salad?
I had a
Will be
salad.
being healthy.
I'm being healthy for a little bit. But
Debating
yeah.
if I should stream today still, because if I don't, then I'm not going to get around to play um
Hmm.
Final Fantasy until next week, I guess.
It's up to you, cause I think the thing is like, it's gonna be pretty late for you.
Not
So
that late, admittedly.
okay, if you feel like you can, it'll be like the old days.
It'll be like the old day.
Yeah.
Hey yo. Coffee's on my lap going, I thought we had something! Mama, why are you brushing me? We played today? What did we do, Coffee? We played with your lamb chop?
Oh, with lamb chop.
You actually chased lamb chop?
Lamb chop's play along.
He actually looked like a vicious puppy.
Yeah, we got coffee. A plush.
Got him 3 lamb chops, honestly.
Yeah, like 3.
Well, you got him 3.
Look, you cannot have only one lamb chop, okay? She's got really long hair. Gotta draw.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. Gotta draw much more of this down here than...
Overall, he was pretty quiet today.
Oh, okay, But yeah, like, when you told me that the power went out, I was like, what?
Well, it
Is
didn't
something
go
going on?
out. I think they were doing some maintenance today, and they
Oh.
did have signage around the condo. It's just that I didn't really read it that much.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was my mistake.
Mm-mm. Well, it's okay as long as we know that the power came back on. Like, that's fine.
I just wasn't sure when it was gonna come back on. That was the only thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And here I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, it's going to be on till like, maybe off till like, maybe 11 would be pushing it.
Yeah.
11 comes and goes, and I'm like, oh no. So I did some vacuuming around the house.
Okay.
Did a little bit of crocheting.
Well, at least, like, you were productive, Like,
Yeah.
while things were going on, right? Or
Yeah.
things weren't going on, anyway, I should say.
Well, I tried to.
Yeah.
Wasn't super productive.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to think of what to do with the other hand over there. Because I did have... Okay, granted, there is something that I did think about her having in her hands, for this image, right? Like, I did have an idea for what it was, right? The problem, though, is that she can't possibly be holding it in her hand there, because she's currently wearing it. So that's the only thing, right? Like, did I just still draw it there like that? And if you're wondering why she would be holding onto it, it's because, again, according to her canon lore, she does not wear a certain article of clothing all the time and stuff. She actually prefers not to. So, you know, I was trying to stay canon to the lore of Ravencroft here, but you know, I can't really do that on Twitch. I'll just say. But yeah, it's about time for me. I know it's like, you know, a little bit shorter. I started a little bit late, but I do have some stuff I need to get to. Anyway, and you know, I think I made a lot of progress today, regardless of the fact that, you know, like, we didn't spend all the time here. So you know, I'm okay. I'm okay with this, you know. Likely I'm gonna probably do a whole lot more of the line arting and maybe even filling in the colors during the weekend when I can. Though my weekend's gonna be really busy actually this week because it's kind of the last week that I'm gonna be in Cappy Town before I head back to Bounty Hunterville.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, so you know, we'll see if I can get more of this done outside of stream. I hope so, but you know, I'm not gonna hold my breath for that, right? But you know, like, the only thing that I have to consider is like what theme is her clothing going to be in? I was thinking of giving it like a sort of maid theme type of thing. Cause that seems popular with everyone. But I don't know, like, you know, because you can draw this sort of clothing in all sorts of ways, can't you? You know, there's certain websites that reveal that about this. So I don't know. I'm still kind of considering how I'm gonna theme this one. It's kind of funny too how this one started as like mostly like a what is it, the Halloween theme type of thing. And it's just like, because we completely missed Halloween, I was just like, you know, F it, let's just go non-stop Nut November. Is it that surprising to you guys? Is it that surprising to you? I'm pretty sure it isn't. Oops, that's the wrong layer.
Oh, I think my delivery person is doing multiple orders because I can't see their icon.
Yeah, when they turn off their phones so that they can't be tracked, and then they're on another app, they probably have like a burner phone for that, and then that's what they're probably doing. Can't say for
yeah,
sure,
because I'm just like, it should be being picked up, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, where are they?
yeah. Secrets of Uber delivery. How do I know this?
Oh wait, no, I see their car. Now their car's back for some reason.
For some reason, right?
Yeah, they're picking up my order apparently.
Okay, yeah. Because sometimes you just do what you need to do. I've been watching. When I used to watch biking videos on YouTube and stuff like that. A lot of them were from people who did Uber deliveries as a side gig and stuff like that. So they would actually record their bike routes while they're doing their deliveries. So it was kind of fun for me to watch. I know a lot of people are like, Bard, why the hell? Like, what would you find fun about watching somebody deliver food? But it was more that like you get to know the routes around your town, and then you're able to take the same safe routes and stuff like that when I used to ride my bike a lot. But yeah, it was kind of useful to me. And yeah, I'm also giving this some more of a shot. Like I said last time, I'm gonna use some more hatching in the line art here. It's not usually a thing that a lot of people who do anime style art do, but like if you've ever like I don't know why they don't ever really associate it with anime style art, but when you like read manga and stuff like that, you will notice that a lot of the artists actually use cross hatching and cross hatching a lot to identify certain parts of the body and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to introduce it back into what I do, because I've been doing solid lines for everything for the longest time. So I'm just trying it out for this one to see how it will work out. Okay, so yeah, like, we're just about up on time here. It is kind of getting later for me, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. But yeah, here we go. We're almost there. Once the line art is done, we're gonna start putting in the background. There's going to be a window behind her, right? So she like if you can imagine, either she's on a sofa or a like bedding, that's like close against the wall, and then there's like a window there, and then there's gonna be light coming in through the window, and that's what's gonna actually illuminate a lot of the image here. Now, whether or not what time of day is gonna really affect what the lighting is gonna be like, because I don't think that I should do this as a daytime image. It's probably gonna be moonlight back there. So if there's moonlight back there, I'm gonna have to draw like maybe some kind of like candles or something like that in the room somewhere, or it's like indicate that there's another light source in the room, so that like you'll see like a yellow warmer light from somewhere else. So it's gonna be kind of like lit from two directions. So I'll try to see how that goes. We'll see. But yeah, I think I can just kind of I think I could just kind of close shop from here. I don't need to raid into anyone tonight. So yeah, but yeah. Anything for you to announce, Mooney?
Today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
On Saturday, I'm doing a meet and greet.
A meet and greet?
I'm doing a meet and greet at UC Berkeley.
Whoa.
Whoa, you can see me not really in person, but digitally in person at 2:30 p.m. PST at Anime Destiny.
Whoa!
Whoa! My first meet and greet.
I know. What the heck? Yeah. I do not have a meet and greet. I do not have one at all.
One day, Bard.
One day, you guys will want to meet this capybara in person, digitally. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll be back on next Tuesday, and next Tuesday. I'm not going to be able to stream Wednesday, and I might not be able to stream most of the week, actually. So I'll be back on Tuesday, but the next 2 days I might not be able to stream because I got to get ready to make my way back to Bounty Hunterville. So
Mhm.
likely we're gonna have one more stream, and then I'm gonna go back to Bounty Hunterville, and then yeah, the following week when I'm back on stream, my regular schedule, like here, I will be with Money. Surprise!
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 You're not gonna be with Coffee?
I'm gonna be with Coffee too.
Surprise.
Yeah. You know? Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening and a thirsty Thursday. And yeah, I'll see you guys for next week. Yeah. Laters.